All of the times.
God, Mike is muted the whole time. No. Everything. I don't know if I want to go through it all again, but it was so important. All right.
Essentially, this is the second intro.
Yeah. No, please don't.
Intro, really.
Essentially, he was talking about how next week we're not going to be here, but the week after there's going to be Lexi coming as a guest for 3 weeks to try to kill us, which is more than likely true. I'm completely blank on the first thing because I don't know why.
Don't worry about it. I never say anything worthwhile remembering.
Fuck it.
What I was saying, I believe the first thing I was asking was holding you to being on all my shows, Pondo.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That was the first thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
you talked to me about that before.
Yep, my bad. So the other thing I had mentioned was that now that I have 5 shows a week, I'm less busy than when I only had 1 show a week. Because I've done all my prep now and I'm ready to go. Yeah, my bad, guys. Sorry. I'm not going to edit the video, though. People on YouTube are just going to be really confused for the first 2 minutes.
No talking.
They're just going to see my mouth move and be like, did I mute the video?
By the time they figure it out,
I really should edit it, but like it takes so much effort to edit stuff.
Can't you just throw one of those boxes up on it and be like,
You can't do that anymore. You can't annotate videos.
Really?
No, you can't.
YouTube
They took
fucked
that
off.
away for whatever reason.
I don't understand. That shit was amazing. I love being able to do that. Help fix mistakes. You'd be like, what I said was this, but what I meant was this.
Well, I typically just turn the annotations off usually. I'm one of the people that didn't use it. I know a lot of people did use it though.
I used it quite a bit.
I used it on my own videos. I didn't use it while watching other people's videos. I kind of just watched it and what was there was there. Mostly I just edited my videos though.
Listen, nothing happened behind the scenes that Lexi wants to murder everybody for that. She just I want to look. Go back and watch any show that Lexi's on. She actively tries to hunt other players. She likes PvP.
She does.
It's like she plays League of Legends or something.
Yeah, Overwatch. Yeah, she understands that humanity is the greatest game. The final beast you must hunt. I guess the last thing I'll do for my extended intro is to say I play Fate Grand Order, and you know what? There are many historical figures on it, like Alexander the Great, Zhu Lang, Lu Bu. This week, today actually, they released a new hero who is King Arthur as a woman, cosplaying as Darth Maul from Star Wars. You might notice it doesn't quite fit in with some of the other names that I said there. It's so bitching as hell, and I didn't get her to drop, and I'm super sad because King Arthur cosplaying as Darth Maul is literally every part of my life combined into one.
Well, it's
and with the lightsaber, and she throws force lightning at people.
Can you see this dog in the background going?
Yeah, Rad. Occasionally, I do see your dog in the background, and then you're like, I don't have an animal that color, Arthur. And then at the end of the show, he shows up, and I'm like, I said there was a black and white animal, and you said there was a cat.
None of my animals are black and white, bro. Your cat's a calico.
All right, talk to me. What's the plan here? You go into the airfield. Are you trying to chase down your lance? Are you calling somebody? Ghostbusters, the police? Are you calling Sting while he's performing as part of the police?
Every time I unmic myself, a dog flaps its ears all around.
I think I don't know if we could I don't know if it's even possible for us to track down our Scout Lance.
Basically, we have a choice of trying to track down our Scout Lance or trying to nail down the dudes at the airport.
Not with that attitude, Pondo.
My opinion is the Scout Lance is more time sensitive. They're out there. They could be in trouble right now. They could be moving. They could be moving away from us. They don't know we're alive. Like they're completely isolated at this point.
They're our people too.
Yeah, so
we would be remiss if we didn't at least try.
Now, I don't think sending these pilots out to look for them is a bad idea. I don't know the area well enough to know what's more time expedient into locating that lance, because I feel like that should be priority one, sirs.
You're not wrong.
yeah, again, I think we discussed it earlier, but essentially the airspace is relatively locked down, excluding from, I guess, our guys that helped us out a little while ago. So I don't know if getting some civilian-grade bombs would help benefit us much at the moment.
Some civilian-grade bombs would help us with being able to reload on mechs, but like I said, those are our people.
And currently I need a mech.
Military-grade mechs.
And currently I'm without a mech, so having a mech for me would be nice.
All right, let's go after our people. Quickly then, everyone on board. Put down the cookie.
Bandito puts down the cookie.
Stop. I pet you. Now fuck off.
I wish that worked with Amore. Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
My life would be so much easier.
I'm eating a taco and this dog won't get out of my fucking butthole.
Man, I can't believe you get to eat a taco. Damn it. That's a good call.
My dog's being so good. She's just laying there.
I mean, she's being very sweet. She's just fucking annoying.
All right, dog. Attack SidAlpha. Accept command.
She
Attack
would, but she can't hear you because I'm wearing headphones.
I want to have that exact same scene that Rad made a comic about with Cotton having to Sid live. He's like, no.
You say that and my dog just darts out my door and somehow like 45 minutes later jumps through that window behind SidAlpha and bites his head.
Have you actually read Snow Crash, the cyberpunk novel? Yeah, they have dogs the cyber dogs, so they're biological dogs that get cybernetic upgrades, including a jet engine. So the only way for the dogs to stay cool enough to operate the jet engine is by going at full speed. And if they aren't running, then they don't cool down. And so they have to run all of the time for their entire lives. And they love it because they're cyber fuel assisted jet engine dogs.
Wow. I don't know. I don't think it doesn't sound like they'd make very good pets.
They aren't pets.
How do they eat them? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, do they just open their mouth while they're traveling at like jet speeds? They catch birds in there occasionally?
Maybe they like eat the fuel when they get like fueled up. I don't know.
So their fuel is a small nuclear reactor attached to their butt.
Yeah, but then how do they sleep?
While they're flying.
So their cyber brains go into dreams in the Matrix space. Their cybernetics keep them moving, and then their brains just dream like they're running in an open field while they're sleeping in the cyberspace. And you can like go pet them in cyberspace. Anyway, speaking of cyberspace, let's talk about the real space. The real space that we're all imagining in our minds. What is your plan to hunt down your Scout Lance that has a highly mobile stealth mech with advanced electronics specifically meant to hide the mech from view?
Sir, you've been receiving these encrypted messages. Is there any way you can send one? Is there any way we can push out a ping that they would recognize as you?
Well, honestly, I haven't tried. Let's see.
Some sort of tight comms package.
Then you just stop Sheridan real quick.
Did I save the contacts?
This isn't.
You hand me the...
This is not the kind of thing that you save to contacts, but you did get like the channel.
Yeah, well, your phone has encryption on it, so I would assume it's got all of our frequencies loaded up on it.
Yes, it is not one of those frequencies. You have not been receiving a crow's black frequency. It is a third party, 100%.
But that's a separate thing.
Yes.
And as far as sending messages to our own people.
Yes.
What's the range on these things?
So they'll connect to another one within 12 miles. And like daisy chain along.
Okay.
So given we're a mercenary military organization, I'm sure that we have like the employee handbook on, emergency backup frequencies and encryption ciphers.
Yep.
So we would be able to periodically put out a burst transmission requesting a response on an emergency channel.
Okay.
I would imagine.
You are sending out a burst.
Would we know how traceable this is? I assume if it's a burst, it's not very.
It would be.
I mean, if
emergency crow's black encryption algorithms.
Yeah. So look, the thing is not like no one's going to be able to decrypt it quickly, but they are going to know that something went out. Right? It's going to blip on somebody's radar somewhere.
Can we just not go the general direction and
yes,
also see if we can see the mech since they're they're building size almost, or are sometimes bigger?
That's true, but I want to point out that the general land around there is not super conducive to being able to see long distance.
Can we have has the convoy and the militia already moved off?
They are staying with you. You haven't given them any orders.
Okay. Can we see if, as part of our payment or even additional payment, can we swap vehicles? If any of these guys have like an all-terrain vehicle that we think can make better time in tracking these down?
Yeah, I mean, one of the sheriff's deputies has like a Dodge Supercharger or extra turbo car. You know what I mean? Like he's got the Interceptor that they send when somebody's drunk
tourist. We would be better off in a fast car than we would having an all-terrain vehicle. Does anybody is anybody rocking like a Ford Raptor that can go off-road or anything like that?
No, I mean the standard deputy car should be able to do that, right?
Okay.
Like a standard police car, but nobody has anything different than that.
So it's like a supercharged Dodge Charger, but it's also like a Subaru. So it's like a rally car.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should try and trade or buy up to maximize our potential of catching.
What are you having these guys do while you take their ride?
They need to convoy over to our secret base.
Okay. You're giving them the secret base coordinates then.
I think so. Pending
but not Bub.
Commander's approval.
Not the dude with the shotgun. Screw that guy.
Yeah, he has to stay here.
He doesn't like it. He doesn't like
really?
us. Well, he does not like us, so I would prefer that he didn't know where our base was.
Wasn't he the one who called in the army?
He's the one who called in the police. Yeah.
I actually want him to be with someone that can see him, so that way he doesn't do something fishy.
Hey, here's a thought.
Yeah. Sell me on
I'm
it.
sure, Bub is a local small town backwoodsy type guy. I'm sure he knows the terrain around this area probably better than we do. Perhaps he could help guide us when we're trying to look for our light lance.
Without the shotgun, of course.
Is that what you try to sell Bubba on?
He could bring it. What's he gonna do?
That's fair. Never mind. Let him keep the shotgun.
Worst he could do is kill one of us.
No.
That's definitely not.
I mean, the worst he could do would be kill all of us, but realistically, you'd probably only get one of us.
And when he's not paying attention, we give him the old Dr. Goldstag.
What?
I'm here to help you, and then you bury him in a shallow grave in the middle of nowhere
by a riverbank.
We could not kill him.
Cotton, I can't believe you suggest something like that.
I have an important message from you from your family. Sounds good.
Come with me. I like that we're calling that the Dr. Goldstag now. 100% behind it.
Give him the old Dr. Goldstag.
So, is that the final plan then? You want to have this man, Robert Bubba Sternway, join you in your new Dodge Charger and sail across the countryside looking for your lance?
Did.
Okay. All right. Yeah. He doesn't have any objections.
If he doesn't like us, then maybe it'll give him a chance to get.
It's the first thing that he says when he gets in the car. He's like, "You know that I don't like you, right? Y'all running around causing trouble for us. But if my cousin says you're good, I guess I'll work with you. But I'll tell you one thing: I'm not going anywhere without this shotgun."
If it makes you feel any better, I don't like you either.
Oh well, that doesn't make me feel better.
She doesn't like anyone though. Don't.
She doesn't. She hates everything.
No, I like her. Point to Ronan.
People do.
She doesn't like anything.
I just look at Bubba with just this resigned look on my face. You see what I have to deal with.
Yeah. All right. You can keep the shotgun. That's fine. Yeah, I guess I'll keep a lookout. Look at their binoculars as much as I possibly can, just kind of see any sort of possible tracks or whatnot of them as we make our way over.
Do you think we should tell the secret base that we're sending a bunch of people over there, so that they don't?
I was waiting to see if anyone caught that.
I was gonna wrap up the whole Bubba thing first.
I was checking what active weapons the Ebon Jaguar had left to gun them down with.
Not very many, actually.
I mean, here's the thing about cop cars is that they don't handle mech grade weaponry very well.
You just imagine Rapier up in that cockpit being like, "Take that, giant trucks full of food. Go fuck yourselves. I'll teach you."
That actually does sound like something he'd do, though, right?
Munching on a pocket dog the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, this thing has an LBX AC-5. It's literally a mech shotgun. He could kill all of them in one blast.
Yeah.
He could take out the whole convoy.
Doesn't have any cluster rounds though. It's like that's the issue.
All right.
So it'd
okay.
take 2 shots.
It'd take 2 shots.
All right. So I'll keep a lookout wherever we can, and occasionally send out a blip. I'll keep a lookout. See if I can see any tracks.
Give me a ping visually. 1 ping only, please.
So your plan is, rather than you're sending out 1 blip, and your plan is to try to locate them on, well, foot, and by foot I mean car, visually, heading west along the road back towards Castle Crow.
I'll wait until about a few miles, like not immediately, but as we get down rolling towards their direction, I'll look at a little ways.
We are following their tracks.
Okay.
Probably about 5 or 6 miles down the road. I'll send out a ping.
Just make a 2d6 roll. I want to see how lucky you are. How lucky do you feel? Yeah, it's pretty fucking lucky. This is like a 1 in 12 chance of getting that lucky.
Feeling pretty lucky. Can I throw a skill in there? Can I add some?
Nope. No, you're incredibly lucky.
They're right behind the first hill we drive past.
So it's not that you see them immediately, but you get an answer to the ping. One of your encrypted backup channels lights up, and you hear Howler's voice go, "This is Alpha."
This is Murder 7.
Bandito, get the hell off the comms. There is no Murder 7.
That'd be all right. This is Bandito. Where is your all's location?
Bandito, get the hell off the comms.
As your XO, where is your location?
Sir, are you online?
Sorta. I look around the car.
I have the Facebook.
In the back, Bubba's just like, are y'all having some problems?
As I put in, like, this kid's never liked me.
Stand by. I'm sending coordinates for a rendezvous. I type
Sir,
out.
I acknowledge receipt of your order, but cannot comply.
Pardon?
Reason?
My unit is currently engaged in a rescue operation.
Of who?
Of everybody. And you hear somebody cut in and it's just like, it's his girlfriend! Sir! He's taking control of the unit!
How much time do you need?
We've got supplies, sir. In about 3 hours, we'll be at Castle Crow. We're going to try to storm it and get our prisoners back.
You don't got enough.
That's a terrible idea, son.
Acknowledge receipt of your comments, sir.
Stand by.
Standing by.
I don't know what the fuck to do here.
Order him to come back.
He's not going to accept that order. I can already tell you that.
Most certainly try. Because either we convince him, or he's just going to go get himself killed. That's the circumstances going on here.
Why don't you just let him know that we need to regroup before we attack Crow's Black?
Son, I get back on the comm. Son, do you know what sort of defenses are at Castle Black currently?
I do not, sir. We made a run at it earlier. We were forced away. We got some.
What did you see while you? What forced you away?
Some
Numbers,
big mechs, sir.
Specifics.
I saw a VTOL carrying in the Devastator. I'm guessing that's Bandito's mech.
Yes.
Big ass thing.
Yeah.
Also saw some more carcass parts. As far as I can tell, it looks like the enemy forces consist of refit clan mechs. Highlander 2, Warhammer 2, Rifleman 2, that kind of junk.
Second line stuff.
There were also some elementals. That's how we got engaged. When we fell back, they followed us for hours across the battlefield. And we fought all the way into a...
Engage Castle Black. It is too heavily defended. You're not going to accomplish anything, and you're only going to be served to get yourselves splattered on the windshield of the clanners.
I understand that,
everyone
sir.
you're attempting to rescue will get killed anyways.
They are going to get killed if we don't go help them.
If you do go help them, you're just going to get killed, and then they're going to get killed.
The only thing you're going to accomplish is getting yourselves killed, and what will that serve them?
Sir, do you have a plan?
Right now, our plan is to regroup, consolidate our forces, and start working towards... We cannot face them head on. We're going to have to deal with this guerrilla tactics style. Think more like a pirate and less like a military officer.
Is that an order, sir?
No. My order is for you to not engage in your plan. You need to fall back. We need to regroup. Those are my orders.
Make a leadership roll with a +2.
Let's see, what is my leadership? F5.
Yeah, he's pretty open to listening to you. Don't fuck it up.
Let's see. So I have a +2 to the roll. So 8 plus 7 has 15.
Acknowledging receipt of orders, sir. I am breaking off my unit's pursuit of objective.
Now again, I'm sending coordinates for rendezvous.
Sir, I must refuse that order. I will explain in a way that hopefully will not give you a hernia, sir. One of our mechs is missing. I was hoping to find him before we re-engaged. I will need to track him down before we rendezvous with the unit.
Is it the Raven?
Son, I'm not asking you to return to base right now, but I'm going to provide you some information that cannot be transmitted even over encrypted communications. If it can't be you, then send one of the others. I need to hand deliver information. Is that understood?
Sir, I'm going to send Mutt.
That's fine. Keep looking for your men.
Retriever and I are going to look for prey.
Very well.
Is there a time frame how long we should remain pursuing our lost lamb before we return to rendezvous point?
Be smart about it. If they're captured and there's no reasonable chance of success, then you cannot engage. If they're destroyed, then obviously your rescue mission is over. If their trail disappears, then regroup and we can figure something else out.
What are the regroup coordinates, sir?
That's what I'm going to be hand delivering to you.
Understood. Alpha out.
Close the comms.
Okay.
My God.
Hey, he actually listened to orders.
He did. That's a miracle.
Ooh. Okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
Is there, being that the Raven pilot's been with us for several months?
Yep.
Is there a possible way could have kind of guessed where, based on his background as a Compellion, how he would go into hiding, essentially?
No. Don't give me that look. If I told you somebody's from New Jersey, would you be able to find them easier at hide and seek?
No, I was seeing this possibility.
No, the place you're born at does not give a distinct trail as to your way of thinking towards games of hide and seek.
I wonder if he's still around, actually.
Since we were able to contact him so quickly without losing a lot of ground, we still might consider going out after those air assets since we're still in the area.
Yeah, you didn't take that much time. That's what happens when you roll an 11.
That could aid additionally in finding the our wayward pilot and mech.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Be nice to have that Raven in. We could use as a scout around. All right.
Okay. All right.
Good airfield.
So this thing moves almost twice as fast as normal battle mech. The mongoose is going to rendezvous outside the town in 4 hours.
Outside the town in 4 hours. That'll give us enough time to go get the hare base and then go rendezvous with the mongoose.
All right.
This is a busy day.
You send the secondary team off back towards your base. You send a encrypted communications to Rapier, letting him know not to murder all of them when they enter the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Howlers...
Actually, would I be able to safely transmit the location of the base to the light mech lance without any risk of detection or interception?
No.
Okay.
Anytime you send a message, you are pinging risk of interception and detection. I mean, Comstar controls the communications grid, so anything you do is, if it gets noticed, you're going to start seeing some shit. Okay. And it should be noted that the enemy has complete and total air support. One flyover will give away your position very easily.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily in our police car, but a mech would, like, certainly, right?
Right, yes. And a bunch of off-roading cars with giant, mech-capable haulers traveling off-road into a swamp.
Bunch of hicks just having a rally.
But
nothing strange about that at all.
They are when the clans tell you to stay at home and surrender all your weapons. So, you begin driving towards the airfield. The airfield appears to be closed today, and there is a ceremony going on. It looks like there's a funeral. A number of people are dressed in black, all crowded around a very shot-up looking aircraft that's missing a wing. It looks like the engine has some damage as well. People are, like, pouring a bottle over it. You roll up in your supercharger.
Is it just like a regular aircraft? Like,
I mean, everything here. There's about 10 stunt aircraft here.
Okay.
So it's like the Battletech equivalent of a souped-up crop duster, basically?
Well, no, some of them are actual crop dusters, and others are like the civilian version of jet aircraft. And at least one of them, if it isn't like fusion engine capable, then it at least looks like it could be an aerospace fighter.
So like any stunt craft is going to have a huge like power to weight ratio.
Yes, exactly. All of the planes here, big ass, dirty engines. So yeah, Bubba just like taps you on the shoulder, whoever's driving. Sounds like it's been Harridan so far.
Yeah.
And he's just like, all right, look, just stop here. One of them brothers died last night. Flying back from a mission. They haven't said much, but sounds like clans tangled with him. Walked away. Got a funeral service going on with the extended family, Barnum's. 2 hours away, drove out. Kind of rare to see.
They got into a dogfight with clanners.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And they walked away from it.
Well, here's the thing. Looks like those clanners, they were engaging just with like autocannons and such, no missiles or anything. And those little skycraft are real small, don't put out a lot of heat or anything. Difficult to hit him with the missile. Without the lasers. So, you got something moving like Mach 10 versus something moving 100 kilometers an hour. It's real tough to get a shot lined up. It's not like they were putting shots back on the clans, though. Shit did not go well.
Still had to have been some impressive flying.
Well, Barnums are pretty good. Dated one of their sisters once. Went up in one of them aircraft.
She looks doubtful.
What's that face you're making?
I make a lot of faces.
Yeah, but I'm asking what that one is right there.
Which one? And I do my best disarming look at him. This one here?
Why are you looking at me like that now?
I was just admiring your shotgun.
Oh, you like it? Name's Martha.
It is very nice.
Yeah,
that's a good name for a shotgun. It's classic.
Yep. Named after my first ex-wife.
I'm sure she'd be proud.
I don't think so.
I think it's the reason why it's called his name is shotgun, is it not?
I'm not having this conversation with you. There's a funeral going on.
What's the play, sir?
I'll exit the vehicle and I'll, do the walk up near the funeral, but maintain a respectful distance.
I'm gonna go with him unless he tells me not to.
Yeah, I won't stop you.
All right, so Bubba makes a noise and then gets out the back seat, lays the shotgun on top of the car, and like puts his hands there and just like,
I'm just gonna go around. I'm just gonna go around and scope out the area.
I really love it when Pondo comes through on 3 microphones at the same time. It's so good.
He talks so loud.
What's amazing is that there's no time lag, or else it would be super echoey.
Yeah. I'm just going to... I'll let Harridan do his thing with the funeral. I'm going to go kind of look around.
You're going to just go wander around the airbase.
Oh, not the airbase, no.
Oh, okay. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Kind of go in towns a little bit, not to veer off too far from the vehicle. Kind of see what all the clan, that since the elementals were here, what all that kind of done, if there's any like scorch damage or anything.
All right.
Selena's gonna look over at Bubba. Like, is there a reason you're doing that?
Well, look, just your boss seems like an asshole crashing a funeral.
Yeah. I wouldn't call him my boss.
Keep a respectful distance.
Is he your dad? I mean, you don't look alike, but...
He's not my dad.
Is he your daddy?
No.
Boyfriend?
No.
What is his relationship to you?
He thinks he's in charge of this lance, but he's very incompetent.
So he's your boss.
Sort of.
My cousin is my boss, and he's pretty incompetent. He signed up with you folks.
Yeah, that's fair. She just gives him like a pat on the shoulder. My first day here, everything blew up and they lost their base.
Well, yep, that happens. All right, Molly, Maxwell, you guys arrive at the funeral. You get several side eyes from people that are like, harumph, I can't believe you'd crash a funeral.
I think we're standing back, right? Like, aren't we waiting?
Right. But still, I mean, the fact that you even showed up at all.
Oh, okay. We're going to wait for services to conclude, I think, before.
They're definitely concluding a Talmudic service with some, you know, it's been 1,000 years. So there are some variations on the ritual. But they, you know, complete a burial service for someone who doesn't have a body, and like set fire to his stuntcraft that he went down in. And so while it's like burning in front of everybody on the runway, twins walk over to you, and the one that has a scar over his eye, old and not very well healed, says, what are you lads doing here? Lass?
My apologies for your loss.
Were you with the police then? You don't look local.
No, we're with Crow's Black.
I see. Well, I accept your apologies for my loss. I don't suppose any of you would happen to pilot a Zeus, would you?
Up until recently.
Well then. It seems that my brother and I, and my other brother, risked our lives trying to help you then. See what that got us.
My apologies for the difficulties that we caused you, but you were of a great assistance to us.
Well, you all could act a little less cryptic next time, sending encrypted messages and whatnot in the middle of the night and all of that garbage and nonsense.
Like, thinking back, did we send them encrypted messages in the middle of the night?
Nope.
I'm sorry, you must have me confused with someone else. We've sent no such messages. I've only received messages from you. I shared my mapping data with you on the battlefield, but that was it.
I did get mapping data, but that was only perhaps 1/10 of what we talked about.
You were not speaking with me then.
Well, then it seems that we both have a friend that we don't know very much about.
I'd very much like to meet this friend.
So would I. I'd like to know why they didn't warn us about those clan aerospace fighters descending upon us.
If I had known about them, trust me, I would have done my best to warn you.
Well, if you're here, I suspect we're about to be in a mite bit of trouble. Considering the clan's already raised that aircraft, it won't be long before they're coming for this field.
Indeed.
And they're already looking for you. So I suspect that everything we own is about to be on fire in a few hours.
Now, thinking back to the out of character to the base that we have right now, is there any way for us to set up any form of makeshift area where they could safely land their craft and we could secret them away inside the caves?
It would be super tough. I mean, it's in the middle of a swamp, and then in the center of the swamp, there's a like plateau of badlands that drains pretty well. Where that fight against Dark Phoenix had gone down. There's an oil refinery there, so you might be able to find a nice stretch of, you know,
I wouldn't expect
service road.
Aircraft like this, and I'll say this in character. I'm no aviator, but I would suspect that aircraft like you have a really high lift efficient, and you probably don't need a whole lot of airstrip to operate.
That's true. That's true. But you really don't want to be landing someplace that's not particularly secure. Look, I'm getting the idea that perhaps you want us to join your little mercenary band as a militia.
Right now, every single person fighting against the clans is one step closer to getting them off this planet.
A lot of things have gone wrong in the last few days, and I don't think things are going to start going right until we start working together to make some things right.
So the other brother who hasn't spoken yet says, "Aye, well, look, here's the deal. I think we've got a few bombs left, but we're mostly down to almost nothing in terms of ordnance. We could shoot some fireworks off, but that's about it. We've got the planes, though. I think if it's payback you're looking for, I think we could get a couple lasses and lads and maybe get 4 or 5 of these stunt planes out there, but...
We're not looking for payback. We're looking to slowly and methodically drive the clanners back off this planet and reclaim it.
I have to tell you, blood's running hot here. We just lost one of our own.
I understand that, but that is absolutely the last thing we need right now.
Well,
then I think that this is where you and us part ways. They're about to...
What about this? I think maybe there's a way for both of us to get what we need at this point. It's early and we're fighting blind, and what we need most right now are eyes in the sky and information. And if you can help us in that regard, then we can help coordinate you to get a little bit of payback in the best case scenario. What we'd really like to do is reconcile our firepower and at the same time isolate and pick away at theirs. So if we can get you to tell us where some of our guys are and even where some of their guys are, we might be able to decide and help you put those bombs where they can do the most damage.
Indeed. Your payback and our desire to get the clanners off this planet might not be exclusionary goals. If we're careful.
The two of them get together and start having a short conversation, and then they wave over some more folks, most of them pretty young. And they go into a group huddle chat. You've seen this before because you people do it all the time. Do you have anything you want to do while they're all discussing?
I mean, I'll turn to the commander, just be like, we really need these guys, sir.
We do. We need them, I think, a lot more than they need us.
I think they're going to know that, actually, and I think they're going to
that they do need us because we present the firepower that they lack.
I think they're going to know how much we need them, and they're going to come back with a big ask. And unless it's detrimental, we need to be ready to say yes.
Agreed.
They come back to you. Look, we've come to an agreement. We won't work for you directly. We will spread out across the continent of Hod here. Small planes, we can land on driveways, long stretches of road. Getting fuel and such won't be too much of a problem. We just don't have the munitions to support you in a fight. If you get us hooked into your communication network safely, we can occasionally provide you with information on enemy forces and maybe even get you an eye in the sky live during a fight, as long as you can assure us that the airspace is secure, which I don't think you'll be able to do anytime soon. What we want is payback. When you go after this Rahim bastard, we need to be there. You bring the Barnums. When you take down this galaxy commander, we want to be the ones that take care of him. You understand? No police, no military execution. He just disappears in the backwoods.
Agreed. Assuming I can ask a favor.
What would you like?
It seems we have a little lost lamb, and some of our people could probably use some assistance in locating them.
Well, you get us hooked into your communications network and we'll start doing puddle jumper hops all over the place.
Yeah, I'll peel off like a third of our backup comms channels and encryption algorithms, and I'll swipe it over to them.
They don't have military grade phones. They've got cell phones.
I'll give them my communicator.
Really?
I'll delete my command codes and I'll.
Well, I'll give him mine. You keep yours. You're the commander. I'll give him mine.
You got your fresh issued one.
Yeah, my
still
brand
smells
new
lemony.
We got to have some way to be able to communicate with them. So
I'll cut 2/3 of the encryption off so that we can isolate it, and whenever they'll be able to decrypt, but they also won't have access to all of our information.
All right. So one of them gets in contact with Howler, and they're going to send one of their planes over that direction to take very low altitude flyovers looking for a lost raven. The rest of the Barnums are planning to spread out across the continent and just do short hop flights all day long, taking a look at military forces moving around and pass that information off to you. You've acquired the Barnum family as a faction.
We shake on it.
Barnum family. I'll have to fill in their information on the faction sheet that is available to the public on Discord.
How trusting is Howler? If he gets a message from the random Barnum pilot, he's not going to shoot him out of the sky, is he?
I mean, so they have hours of talking to each other before it happens. Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
I mean, he's communicating with Molly's phone, so it's official.
Well, you said very low, and I'm just like, does that mean he's just gonna like shoot him when he gets close enough? I'm sorry, I got scared.
That's a reasonable fear.
Yeah, it is. Howler's a wild man. Who knows what he'll do? He was almost given an order to think piratey instead of think warrior-y. And then Sid walked it back. I was like, yeah, man, this is gonna be Howler's whole career. And he's like, that's not the order. And I'm like, fuck. This would have been Howler's moment.
His moment in the sun.
Yeah. This is my moment. Gosh, that song continuously getting interrupted was the best part of that whole show. All right.
I love that show.
Somehow, with some fucking good rolls, you guys managed to secure pretty much everything in this goddamn town. From cop cars to cattle trucks to Howler and a bunch of pilots. Just fucking locusts descending upon the entire town of Crossroads. Maybe you want to take the giant rock that looks like a block of cheese with you when you go?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, it won't fit in your car.
I at least want to get a picture T-posing on it.
Yeah, you got T-pose to show your dominance.
Is there any remnants of like the armor or anything of the elementals around the area?
I mean, there's like a fist-sized plate of it.
So I don't know if there's any like sort of communications equipment in it.
There's nothing like that in the wreckage.
No, like I know there's like the wristbands that the Mechwarriors had, where it pretty much had their.
This guy was burned alive.
Okay, that's fair. Just trying to find something.
Anything. I know. You want more, huh? You're like, all right, we got all the assets. Let's see if we can do the bonus game as well. It's like Tetris. Yes.
Whatever can help.
What's the plan?
Well, now we need to get another communicator for.
Yeah, it turns out Rapier doesn't have a whole pile of spare communicators back in the base. Oh my god, that 4 just rolled over to a 6. Son of a bitch. Whatever, I don't even care anyway.
What was the roll?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. See how many spare communicators we have?
No.
Turns out a lot, so I just get another one.
It's the roll for the hunt for the Raven.
Okay.
Nice.
I made one earlier and they failed, but I made one now that they have the aircraft and they succeeded by a lot.
Woo.
I like succeeding by a lot.
I think the sensor pattern on that Raven's going to be key.
We still have another lance full of medium mechs to look out for.
Yep.
And we also have our artillery lance we have to find, which they're probably destroyed.
Yeah, artillery is not known for being able to run away very quickly and hide.
Well, there was a swift one with the artillery lance.
That's going to irritate me if we lose our Russians.
Yeah.
I like those guys.
I think they have fan favorite armor, to be honest with you. I think Arthur likes playing them too much to kill them off camera.
I don't get to play them. You guys play them. I'm like saying stuff, and you're like, then the Russians show up and mock somebody, and I'm like, they actually are a fan favorite though. Someone was commenting about them. They're like, where are the Russians? And I'm like, I don't know. They're lost on the continent.
Actually,
it's possible we could locate them sans artillery units. I think as long as we recover the guys.
Is there any like police records of possible high-speed vehicles, like swift wind speed vehicles,
or a swift wind?
The local police band right now is basically like, oh God, the clans are invading this town, and all we have are pistols.
All right.
So on the map, we're right here, right? We're
That's
in this
correct.
little farm town.
Yep. You're in
What is
Crossroads.
this?
That is a tourist beach destination. It's a total. The whole town is literally right along the beach on one road kind of deal. Lots of exotic food stands, seasonal employment, surf shops, boating, that kind of deal.
Where on this map is Howler's guys?
Howler's guys are located. They're most of the way to Crow's Castle Crow.
Okay,
more west.
Now that we've located the Raven, where is it?
So, I mean, the Raven isn't happening immediately.
Okay,
right?
okay.
The Raven location happens over the next 8 hours.
Where was the airfield?
The airfield is the northeast part of Crossroads.
This part. Okay.
Yeah, it's just up here. Crossroads is not long enough that it's not big enough that you need to go very far outside of town.
Does this just represent a land feature? Or?
No, there's a fairly large town out there. It's in the middle of a desert, but there's plenty of rare earth minerals that get mined out there, and then they're shipped to the shipyards in Kirsch, and then processed at the vehicle factory in the Western Continent. So it's a big, like, industrial mining town.
What is this guy down here?
That's Castle Kirsch, which represents the town and county of Kirsch. Currently, Kirsch is occupied by the clans. You don't know what unit is there, but you fought the 10 mechs on the way to Castle Kirsch in order to save the Baron.
That's the Baron's place.
Yes, the Baron and Citadel are currently roaming between the islands of Castle Kirsch, looking to drum up local militia support. Basically exactly what you guys are doing, right? They're going out and finding people with guns and cars and planes.
And is this just a canyon out here?
That is a series of badlands. It's kind of like this planet's Grand Canyon. It's a tourist destination.
Gotcha.
There's not much out there.
Gotcha. Okay. I think one of our next orders of business would be to investigate this mysterious benefactor. I don't know if there's anything we can do technologically to try and backtrack that.
As a matter of fact, you can
investigate that any
when
further.
you're in your base. You can attempt a discovery e-war over here on this card.
Can I do that?
Yes, when you're back in your base, which you're currently not.
I think that's where we should go.
Are you headed back home?
Is there anything else we can do here?
Unless we want to go check out Beach Town. Is there anything we think could be of value to us there? Does this town fall under the same police jurisdiction? As the one we've allied ourselves
different
with?
county.
Okay.
And obviously, because it's a tourist town, very small number of police force, mostly suited for arresting drunks, putting them in the tank overnight, make sure they stay safe, and get a small fine.
The player says this wouldn't be on the map if there wasn't something we might want to do there. The character doesn't have that sort of meta knowledge, though.
Well, it's entirely possible that we haven't unlocked that area yet.
So,
still in the fog of war.
The continent that you guys are on normally when you look at a map, right, you'd expect that people live on most of it, right?
Sure.
This place, the places that have people at it are the only places that have people on them. Like 90% of this land is unoccupied and not tapped for anything, right?
So we're here in the breadbasket, more or less, of the continent.
Yep.
And
not just the continent, the entire
of the planet.
Yep.
But largely the rest of this is
well, there's a second breadbasket on the other continent up here.
Okay.
But yeah, there's like 2 major food manufacturing areas, and this is one of them. You know, they just use machinery to do large-scale farming. And
well, we're here, so if we want to go over there, we can.
I mean, essentially just do
it is an 8-hour trip to get over there.
Good Lord.
How far is it? What's the trip from?
To move from any location to the next one in line is 8 hours.
So it's either 8 hours back to base or 8 hours to the next town.
Yep.
Which would mean
what time of day is it
16
currently?
hours back to base.
It's about 8:30 in the morning after you've secured all of this stuff. If you leave for the beach town now, you will arrive around 1600 hours, which is like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
And it would be same time if we went straight to the base.
Yep. But you'd be at the base.
What are the advantages, if any, of going to a resort town?
Contacts.
Vacation, all I ever wanted.
More eyes on the land.
Yeah.
We get the beach episode, obviously, where everyone changes into their swim trunks and
play some volleyball.
Have you ever considered
from something else
possibly
Battletech related?
running
Information
into
is ammunition.
swimsuits are just waterproof underwear?
They're not.
Is there a crow's black swimsuit?
No, there's definitely not. They haven't got that set up at the merch store
it's
yet.
Not on the merch site yet.
Who would wear it?
If we go out west, we could run into...
After we save this planet from the clans, everyone, Arthur, we need to be thinking ahead on these sorts of economic endeavors, okay?
That's when Sergeant Molly Olson was transferred to the new financial department that opened up.
Yeah. She's going to be made the head of merch.
As we go to the beach town, maybe someone's seen, or there's probably signs of where our medium lanes are.
Kids have their little Flashman Funko.
Countess, have you considered an animated film recounting our exploits?
We're gonna get Trigger to make our
Love the idea that 1,000 years in the future, Trigger is still the anime premium.
Yeah. And then the beach episode will have all sorts of nudist beach references in it.
No one is gonna get that reference. What's the plan here, guys? All right, it should be noted, by the way, that Bubba is making occasional passes at Selena. When you guys are all back in the car, he's like, "So you from around here or anything?"
That's his.
Wait. What's the planet that we're on?
Kolovrati.
What's the planet that I was from?
Jeez, I don't know. It's the literal other. You're from a planet in the Magistracy of Canopus, which is like
I don't know if I was from this planet. I was just checking.
No, you're from the exact other side of the inner sphere.
So she's Capellian, right?
No, she's from the Magistracy of Canopus.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
That's south of Capelia.
Okay.
It's outside the inner sphere proper on the periphery rim.
So what would
they
her
operate those.
Likely be?
I mean, it's like a combination of different ones.
Okay. I mean, Cottons can be whatever she wants, but I'm just curious, obviously. Like, what lives over there? Who lives over there?
I read it when I was looking at the things, but
because all I know is that you compared Capelia to like North Korea.
Well, it's more like old school first generation China, but Korea is very strong influence. Blah 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 blah. Circina's commonality. Where is the Magistracy on this map? Magistracy of Canopus. Dominant languages. Greek, Romanian, Chinese Mandarin, Spanish, English, and they practice Wicca, Judaism, Christianity, and Buddhism.
So like everything.
Yeah, they have a pretty wide variety. So they send those pleasure circuses. They're just super arc jump ships that you fly up from your planet on a dropship on a scheduled basis. So like they jump into the system and your dropship arrives about the same time. You connect up. You spend like a week while the thing's recharging, going to see all the cat girls and space. What is the name of that gymnastics thing, circus thing that they do?
Cirque
du Soleil. Yeah, they do zero gravity Cirque du Soleil, brothels, all of that crap. Each of the jump ships is considered a embassy, so everything there is that's legal in the Magistracy, which is everything, is legal on the jump ship. Your dropship detaches, the jump ship jumps to the next system that it's scheduled to go on. you head back to the planet on a 4-day bender as you get drunk after your massive vacation where you hung out with all the cat girls, or rabbit girls in this case. That's life in the Magistracy. A large portion of their population never returns home. They just travel around the inner sphere on the arc ships. Yeah, so this guy's hitting on you, kind of. I mean, if you consider that hitting on, I mean, for him, let's just go with it. What's your response? He's still holding the shotgun, by the way, while he's doing this.
I am not from around
driving
here.
and smirking.
Oh, you seem kind of exotic, like real pretty.
Exotic, like? Is it because of the ears?
Well, I think the ears are pretty cute. Now, I want to know, all the rest of you are in the car while this is going down. Feel free to jump in at any time.
I'm sitting like in the far back row of the van. I'm just ping-ponging back and forth.
No, you're not in the van. You're in the Charger.
Oh,
so you're in the back seat with the two of them.
Am I sitting in between them? So weird.
I really hope you are sitting in between. That would be great.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening.
Ping-ponging like right there.
I just do the thing where the middle person leans way forward and puts like her elbows on her knees so they can talk like over my back.
Well, look, if you're ever looking for a tour guide to take you around the continent, maybe show you some things, all the sights and such.
Isn't the continent under attack?
Yeah, well, you got to take vacations sometime, right?
Sir, this man's thinking harder than he's just whispering to. Maybe he's whispering to Aridin. It's like, this guy's thinking harder than a man with concrete boots.
Just let it happen. Just let it happen. I'm like, wait for him wait for Bubba to make a gesture or something, be off balance, and I jerk the steering wheel to knock his.
All right, I just want to be super clear. You're gonna jerk a steering wheel while a man is holding a loaded shotgun.
No,
that sounds like a bad idea.
Yes, it
I wouldn't
does.
do that.
If we didn't shoot anybody, it would be funny though.
Let's see how she.
No, it's gonna be totally Pulp Fiction.
Well,
you guys are gonna have to find somebody named Wolf to help you out. Selena, is this your answer? Is to just be completely silent?
oh no, I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah.
Well, my parents' motto was take a vacation every day, but we can't really do that at the moment.
Well, look, I'm sure we'll get this thing with the clans wrapped up and lickety split in a day or two.
Probably, I'm a pretty good mech pilot.
Well, all right then. I'm a pretty good shot, and also a fairly good ranger and driver.
And
look,
lover.
Why don't I give you my? I'm sorry, what did you say? I mean, not that it's inaccurate, but... He's rolling with it. He's rolling with it. Why don't you give me your phone? I'll put my number in it.
I think like they just see Harridan's shoulders bouncing in silent laughter.
Bayu just starts like turning up the radio, just searching channels like all the way up.
All of them are clan propaganda.
I was gonna say they're all like Lionel Richie songs.
No, it's actually way more insidious than that. Like, you stop on the Disney Channel version where they play all like songs for kids, and instead it's like teaching kids how to report on their parents
like
and their adult friends.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, this propaganda is like insidiously tailored. It's all like, sharing is good, friendship is also good, people who don't share equally are bad people, that kind of stuff that would appeal to a kid.
And the radio goes back. The radio goes back off. Sir, I can't honestly tell what's worse in this situation.
There's got to be like a tape you could push into like the tape deck or something, right? Like play some banjo music or whatever.
In the year 3051, we still using 8 tracks.
I don't know.
It's retro.
It's like a terrible book on tape.
Selena, what's the answer here? Like, the whole car is not... They're discreetly not paying attention while paying perfect attention.
Is like my phone what the military communicator thing is, or do I have another one too?
You can certainly have your own personal phone if you want.
Okay. I'll hand him my own personal phone then.
All right. He puts in Robert Bubba Steinway in the phone and then puts his number in there. Then hands it back to you after calling his phone so that he's got your number.
Obviously.
And what was your name again?
Mine?
Yeah.
I'm Black Rabbit.
All right, I'm just going to put in Black Rabbit. I'm down with it.
Are you?
I mean, he says he is.
I just like slowly speed up a little.
Where are you going?
It's a great question.
Yes, we never solved that one.
I don't know. Where are we going? So we.
I don't know. We're going fast though.
The question every sergeant wants to hear an officer say, I don't know.
Well, we can go to the resort place, see if we can run into the medium lance while we're at it, or we just head back home and try to crit what.
The resort place is in the opposite direction from the medium lance.
Well, look, let's go to the resort place.
I'm sorry, the heavy lance.
Yeah, you could just wander around and hope that you run into them.
Yeah, let's go to resort town and do this discovery footwork.
All right, we're speeding towards the resort town then.
Okay. You arrive at the resort town around 4 o'clock. The sun hasn't set yet, but it is sparkling across this beautiful ocean. It's like a ghost town, man. You arrive off season in September.
It's perfect time. The prices will be lower.
The locals are out like selling food to each other in the stalls, but it is a one street town. People's houses are built right up against the highway that runs along the outside of the continent.
Any sign of clan in the area?
There doesn't seem to be any sign of clan. There also isn't any sign of the cops or militia or anybody.
Shall we start making discreet inquiries?
Yeah, let's chat somebody up. Is there like a...
All right, as you're pulling, so you're arriving from a perpendicular road. So as you're like pulling onto the main boulevard, let's call it, your communicator lights up with the communication. It's Howler. Sir?
Oh, yes. Hello.
We managed to find prey just a few minutes ago, thanks to the help with the air patrol there. They were instrumental. He's like a ghost. We can't get him on sensors at all. Look, sir, it's going to take some negotiating. I'll try to work him back to base if I can, but he's real shook up and he doesn't speak very good English to start with. And I don't speak Chinese, so...
Does anyone here speak Chinese?
I speak Swedenese, but I don't speak Chinese.
How did we figure out how many languages we know and all that stuff?
You start with the official language, English, and then one of the sub-languages of your place. Okay. And then you could buy more languages if you'd like.
Okay.
Do you perhaps have Chinese?
I don't think that was one of my countries.
It is. Mandarin Chinese is one, but it would be really weird for you to suddenly know Chinese right now.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
I know Chinese.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be rude for me to pick that right now when I didn't pick it yet. So I'm gonna.
You haven't picked anything yet, have you?
You can also pick Spanish, Greek, and Romanian.
How about this? I'll just leave it up to a D4 since I didn't pick it yet.
My goodness, I'm down with that. What are we looking at?
We'll just put them in the order that they are on the sheet.
Spanish, Greek, Romanian, Mandarin, Chinese. And get that D4 out here. Roll that funky die.
Bloop.
Mandarin is a type of Chinese.
Yes.
Yes. Mandarin, Cantonese, simplified. Show me the power of your luck.
Where's the dice?
Right there in the center of the table.
It's the center of the.
Oh, okay. I thought it was that building. I'm so sorry.
Flip that building. Hi-ya.
It is a 1.
Turns out you know
Greek, right?
Spanish.
Oh, Spanish? Okay.
You're gonna get along well with El Guapo when he gets back. What's rabbit in Spanish?
Slapin.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Yeah, you got that locked in.
No, that's French. I'm sorry. It's conejito.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
How did I know that you knew what you would know that?
Conejito is like what my friend said, a small bunny as opposed to a rabbit, but close enough.
She knows the word for rabbit in 27 languages.
Yeah, in preparation for this moment, Cotton has learned rabbit in every language.
Including Swahili.
I don't know if you ever watched
I used to know it in Chinese, but I don't know if I remember it.
Even Kleong.
Klingon. Klingon is a great language, man. Do you ever watch that Klingon opera? Q?
No.
Yeah, they did a full opera in Klingon telling the story of the first Klingon emperor. It's bitchin' as hell.
Oh my
Sounds
god.
cool.
I have to see this.
Yeah, it's really good. I think they still do it occasionally, like once a year.
Hopefully it's subtitled.
What is the plan here? You're just rolling down the boulevard. Occasionally people are like waving at you, trying to get you to stop and get a hot dog or
are we not talking to Haller anymore about the...
I mean, Howler's doing his bit. No one here speaks Chinese, so
he's just updating us.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha. All right.
Yeah, I'll buy a hot dog.
All right, you guys stop. You let Molly out the car to get a hot dog.
I'll keep a lookout.
All right,
I'll
so
go buy a hot dog with Molly.
these are some delicious ass dirty water dogs. They got like 18 extra things like celery salt, mustard, pickles, lettuce, tomato,
Is this
mayonnaise.
like a Chicago dog?
Yeah, you can get whatever you want on these fucking hot dogs. And they got the local specialty. It's a type of dried seaweed that they stuff underneath the hot dog in order to absorb all the juices.
I'll take that.
Sweet.
So you get the specialty local hot dog, the con dog. KON. Yeah, it's
I want to
it's a pretty good dog, you know?
I get my hot dog and I don't go back to the car. I just start walking the tourist drag right in front of all the shops and stuff.
What's your objective here?
Well, I want to see if anyone's going to come out and talk to me. And if they do, my objective is to basically small talk my way to local clan or militia activity.
I'll basically be doing similar activities on the other side.
Okay.
I'll basically be doing that, but my objective is to go shopping.
I'm actually going to follow that one first because I'm very interested. Bandito, what about you?
I'll be going out more of the outskirts looking for tracks or possibly of other mechs.
All right, so there's no elevated positions here except for a church tower that's like 2 stories tall.
Checking the beach, though, the beach would leave tracks, right?
Yes.
If I was a smart mech pilot,
going to have to check in the water too.
I could go walk my mech out into the water and hide out there. It would be pretty smart, I feel like.
Yeah, might have to go for a
swim. You have to make a
take
piloting roll every time you take a step in the water, though.
The whole medium lance is going to come walking up onto the beach out of the water like Godzilla.
Dun 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 dun.
I'll go to the church tower and see if I can get up to the tower at all.
Those are some of the best scenes from the Mechwarrior novels where they're like, we're going to take the whole lance and walk it underwater down a river for like 20 miles and then pop out for a dawn assault.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that happened during the James Corp episode where the heavy lance popped up out of the river.
Yep.
Okay. Let's follow the shopping episode. What are you looking for at this beach town? I mean, they're selling sunglasses, they're selling t-shirts, they're selling tie-dye, they're selling hair supplies.
Sunglasses, hair supplies, and anything that's black.
Oh yeah, you can get some.
I'm gonna before we part ways, I'm gonna tell Selena to grab me a burner phone if she can find one.
So yeah, you get like a local fixer who just starts following you around. He's like, "Oh hey, pretty lady, how's it going? Let's get you to my auntie shop."
What does your auntie sell?
Everything you need. Everything you need. What do you need? So every shop is his auntie's shop. Like when you say you need something, he takes you to a different shop. And he tries to get you a discount at each one. Burner phones. I mean, you're super rich, right?
Yeah, I have Wealth 3, Extra Income 1, and Connection 1.
Yeah, so like you don't even need to go into your Comstar account. Like your pocket change is significant.
Tell me that Bubba is tagging along with her everywhere she goes.
Bubba's staying with the car.
30,000 credits on you.
What?
If you have Wealth 3, I think it's 30,000 credits on hand.
My God.
I don't think you have that much in your pocket, right? But you definitely have like hundreds of dollars to spend here.
No, she carries just one solid gold bar.
Oh yes, I'd like some of that.
I just like shave off a little bit each time I shop.
She's like, I need this postcard. Can you make change?
So he's hooking you up with black t-shirts, black sweatshirts, black hoodies, black bandana.
It's like a beach theme, right?
Yes.
You know those little shell bracelets you get and stuff like that?
Yes.
I want one of those, but it's painted black.
He gets you that, and then he spray paints it black in front of you.
Takes you to this shop that's got this driftwood that they do these beautiful airbrush paintings on. You can do Black Rabbit on like space with planets.
He tries to sell you on a black bikini, a black one-piece swimsuit, and a black bodysuit for like scuba diving.
She buys them all.
Okay. You're gathering the town's attention.
Is he carrying a lot of bags for her now?
Yes, he is.
Is there a place that sells phones?
Yeah.
I want to buy one of the nicest phones I can.
Yeah, you get the Comstar Model 7. Just came out last year.
Molly is expecting like a Nokia brick.
I don't think I told anyone that I was rich yet.
Well, it's happening now. Pretty much everybody but Bandito is watching you be hovered upon by tourist-minded people who are preying upon your giant pile of money.
I just look at this like it's nothing new at all.
So, Harridan.
This is normal.
That's true. You're well seasoned to the antics of your lance.
Well, no, because I'm wealthy as well. So
that's true.
This is old hat for me.
Harridan, something happens in front of you. At first, you're not really sure what just happened. You reverse it in your mind. Someone just walked past a local Comstar acolyte, knifed him in the back, and then sat him down on a bench while he started bleeding out, and is now walking towards you while tossing the knife into a gutter. Like, you're not even sure what you saw until you're like, oh shit, that dude just got fucking knifed right in front of me.
I just want to put it out there, Arthur. I too have the sixth sense in case that comes up at any point. I just want you to know that.
You're on the other side of the street?
Yeah, I think we're on, right?
Yeah,
aren't we?
100%. Then you definitely caught this as it was happening as well.
Okay.
No one's alarmed. Like, this guy isn't crying out that the dude who's dying. The back of his robes are starting to get stained red with blood, but the front of him, he just looks like he must have got stabbed in some vital organ or something, and he's just dying in incredible pain, unable to cry out.
Lean up against a palm tree with the hot dog in my left arm, and just place my hand on my pistol, prepared to draw should anything.
Okay, all right.
I'm ready to shoot.
Path and I'll start walking directly towards this person.
All right, this person is also walking directly towards you.
Okay.
What's your plan? They look like they're getting ready to shoulder check you.
I'll stop a few feet short and I'll hold my hand up.
They do not stop. They keep moving towards you.
I pop the little button on my holster and pull the hammer back prematurely.
Click.
and chew casually as I lean up against this tree.
Put the hot dog in your pocket to make it a pocket dog. You pull it back out and eat it.
Just dip it in my pocket so it can receive the classification of pocket dog.
You've got a fraction of a second.
I'll unsnap the holster of my pistol and I'll eye them.
All right. Make what passes for a perception check here. Perception, yeah.
Perception.
Go ahead and eye them up.
Go Back to the other tab.
So I haven't really described this person approaching you. They're wearing a black hoodie and black sweatpants. They kind of look slightly older than college age, like maybe graduate student vibe.
11.
You know this person. From underneath the hoodie, you see a tangle of curly red hair. This almost certainly, unless the facial features are mistaken, is going to be your local arsonist. Specialist Sergeant Major. Sorry, Sergeant Major Gwendolyn Crimson.
Wait, 9 lives?
Yes, she's about to collide with you. You are in the process of preparing to draw your pistol.
Tragically, I don't know her, so I might shoot her anyway.
Yeah.
I pointedly take my hand off my pistol.
All right. She collides with you and says, "Sorry," in like a really fake accent, and passes you like a data pad in the process.
Okay.
And then keeps going.
I'll secret it away.
All right.
And just act like rude. Move off.
Molly, you watch this woman as soon as she collides with him, find the nearest alley and turn to like get outside of town very quickly.
I also turned to see if any of my lancemates were noticing what was going on.
Yeah, you immediately noticed Ronan like matching eye contact with you.
Okay, I just give Ronan a no, and I just keep on going about what I was doing.
I just take another bite of hot dog and keep walking down the street.
Bandito, you're on surveillance duty, right?
I'm gonna try and find a place away from prying eyes so I can take a look at what's on this thing.
Okay. Bandito, where are you going and what are you doing?
Mostly just sticking around the outskirts, see if I can find any sort of like trail. Maybe try like to get a higher position on the church bell thing. See if I can see out.
All right, make a tracking roll.
Was tracking urban or wilds?
It would be tracking wilds.
Okay. That'd be a flat roll.
Good enough.
9.
All right. There's definitely been a formation of people moving around here. Probably at least a squad of military folk, given the boots, moving in, like a line formation. They scouted around the town and then took a vehicle away to the south. Around the time you finish that, from out of an alley, someone in a black hoodie and black sweatpants walks out and like glances in your direction and then like pulls out a cell phone and is just like, "I need a pickup."
Okay. What?
She's like, "I'm on the phone, jackass."
Can he recognize her through her super shitty fake voice?
I was like, can I just...
He spent a lot of time around.
Yeah, you immediately recognize that this is 9 lives. I mean, you're used to this level of verbal abuse.
What the hell are you doing?
I don't know who you are. Don't talk to me.
First of all, you still need work on your accent.
She turns away from you and starts heading north towards the other end of town.
You're just going, all right.
If I spot her again, if she's backtracking, can I tail her?
So she's moved to the other side of the buildings from you, right?
Okay.
Like, she's on the outside of town.
If I don't catch a glimpse of her again, I don't pursue because my commander's already waved me off. So
can I determine, is it like battle armor size footprints or just like foot soldier?
Just foot soldier.
Okay, can I tell which direction the
south?
Interesting.
Murder 6. When you get down to read your data tablet, it's basically clean except for a communications app that you've never seen before. It looks like some sort of like Lyran military application. that looks like it's a communication, like a texting app.
Okay. I'll open it up and Is there any stored messages in there?
Or? There aren't, but when you go online, the first message is guest is online. And then there's a message that says Crimson, sir. So her username on this application is Crimson.
My username is Crimson?
No, her username is Crimson. Yours is guest.
Guest present. I don't know. Enter.
I regret to inform you that I cannot rejoin the unit at this time. My service with the Illyrian intelligence has been reactivated.
I'll type out understood. You know, if you need anything, we're here.
I mean, we technically work for Lyran Intelligence too, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
she's just been put on different assignment, basically, is what she's saying. Okay.
Any useful information I would appreciate being passed on.
If you need to contact us, we'll use this communication channel. She sends that message, and then she sends the second one that says, I'll run it by the boss to see if we can do work. But so far, they've been pretty hands-off. You are not popular.
We're going to have to change that then, period.
I'd appreciate it if you start yelling loudly that the Comstar acolyte is dead. We need to cause a scene.
I'll turn the datapad off and walk over to the Comstar yelling, "Oh my god, he's been stabbed!" And start freaking the hell out.
Yeah, the crowd that has surrounded you, Black Rabbit, begins filtering around to someone's like, give him the Heimlich, and someone else is like, no, chest compressions. Is there a doctor around here? And someone's like, yeah, man, I'm a veterinarian.
And I'll do the one thing that you should never do when you're trying to get someone to call for emergency services. I just yell, someone call 911.
Yeah.
When they actually started calling for a doctor, I'll walk over there.
All right. I mean, you could save this guy if you wanted to. It's pretty bad. He got stabbed in both of his kidneys by a curved knife. There more than blood is bleeding out of his wound, and it smells bad.
Well, actually, if I see any of my people approaching, I'll try and wave them off.
How do you try and wave me off?
Just do the same little
go to the other room. No.
Just quick no.
Amore, go back upstairs.
He's just like, I'll kill you, get away. Yeah.
I'm actually curious, like what he does.
She misinterprets that and stabs him again. She's like, kill this guy, got it.
The same thing. I see if I see any of my people approaching, I just make eye contact with them and shake no.
She makes eye contact. You think goes, what? You just.
Oh my god!
If the shop owner of the nearest shop runs off to check this guy out, I take all the money out of the register. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I was gonna say that'd work perfectly.
It's like she's walking around behind all the stalls.
Yeah, just taking all the money because I'm poor as fuck. I just take all the money.
Taking all my money back.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a brick of gold. Oh.
No,
it's not a thing. Don't make that a thing. I know how this show works. If you keep saying it enough, the audience will get into it. So you got to stop.
I do want to buy a couple of fashionably conservative sets of local clothes in the event that I need to look like a local person.
I don't know that fashionably conservative is a thing that you're going to get in a beach town. You might be able to find a used suit place.
I mean, like a sundress or something,
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Especially anything that looks like flowy enough to hide like a pistol belt underneath. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, yep.
Okay.
I think Selena comes back around eventually to hand you your phone.
I'm floored by the fact that you bought me like a $7,000 phone.
If she sees what you bought, she'll take you to a nicer store.
Yeah, I basically buy the equivalent of like a moo. And you're like, no.
All right. It's at this point,
whatever it is, I go along with it.
Bubba is like walking around, raising a shotgun over his head. That is not flying with the people around here. Like, it's one thing to do it in Crossroads. It's another thing to do it at Beach Town, right? But he's like, Harridan, where you at?
I mean, I'm still trying to rile up as much of a crowd as possible. And
he's like, Max, come on now. Get down from there. I gotta talk to you.
What? This man is dying.
They're working on saving him, but no, without actual medical experience in the immediate future, he's gonna die.
I could help, but I'm not going to.
Okay. He's like, Max, get over here. I need to talk to you, son.
Yes.
All right. Are you away from the crowds?
Yeah.
He's like, look, I talked to some fellers out back. One of them had a hunchback, old model. Sunk it in the lake a couple decades ago. His family's been taking care of it. You know, fought in the wars, both of them. They're willing to let you take it, but they want some compensation.
What are they interested in
being
compensated with? Knighthood.
Knighthood. You're one of them fancy noble folk, right? I saw you with like a cape and shit on the television.
Can he do that? Does he have that authority?
I mean, he is a knight. He can't make other knights, but he could squire people. And he could definitely go to the Countess and be like, yeah, you should make Bubba a knight. Although Bubba's not the one asking for it, right? Bubba's friends.
How many people are we talking about here, Bubba?
What? Just one guy. Look.
Oh, one?
Yes.
Well, I can't knight him, but I can make him a squire. And I can put a good word in.
What's the difference?
Knight in training.
Basically, it'd be a knight in training.
You get to be a noble? You get some privileges?
Connections.
Connection sounds good. Look, he's just looking to elevate his status a little bit. I'm sure you're as good as your word, right, sir?
I always have been in the past.
Good. I mean, the reason I don't like you is because all that shit you got up your butt, like that stick.
That's fair.
Look, we head out to this guy. It'll take a few hours to dredge out that hunchback, and you got a mech to take home. That means more space in the car for me. Then he like looks over at Selena.
I see.
And then he's like, maybe that Molly girl could go pilot the hunchback.
Yeah, Molly and Selena walk up together.
You could tell he's got the plan.
Molly's now wearing her new, much nicer, more fashionable sundress and has her clothes in the bag instead. Like her fatigues that she was wearing.
Am I with the group or I'm still just off somewhere?
I think you're approaching the group and you've heard this entire conversation, no matter how painful it is.
Very well. Yes, deal.
Is that guy still following me with all my bags?
Yes.
Okay.
Like any awesome dress, it has pockets, and she's cut the inside.
Oh, of course. I get it.
The inside of the right pocket out so she can reach through the pocket and pull her pistol out.
Yep. No, 100%. I'm behind that. I don't understand pieces of clothing that don't have pockets.
I know, right?
Yeah, it really sucks.
I like messenger bags, and I like messenger bags that have internal pockets in them.
Yeah, pockets in the pockets. That's what I'm talking about. Pocketception. That's how I know.
I don't know about that one, but okay.
This hunchback is the AC-21.
Yeah, it's the old shitty original model hunchback.
It's still a hunchback.
I mean, it's one more mech than you have that you didn't have. So as we wrap up the night, several questions. who is piloting the Hunchback on the trip home?
I mean, I think if they ask, like, Molly will immediately volunteer because she does not want to ride back between.
Yeah, I think Bandy would let either Selena or Molly.
Bandito, why don't you pilot the mech back?
Then I'm real fast to say shotgun.
I just say that, which is
I feel like Benny was about to say. Benny was about to say something about like, well, maybe. Oh, okay. It's a shot.
I'll drive.
All right.
Yeah, I'll pilot the Hunchback.
So between picking up the mech and then getting the mech and this vehicle back to your base, you guys have been on the road for over 24 hours. It's 8 a.m. the next day when you arrive back.
Harridan is immediately go crash.
You now have -2 to all of your rolls, so
just like driving in, just
take a rest for a while, boss.
Take a long rest.
We had like someone else drive instead of Harridan. That way he could rest.
I don't know. Does anyone else have the driving skill?
Bubba could drive.
That's fine.
Oh, are we gonna take Bubba back to the base with us?
You took all of his friends and his cousin back to the base.
He comes along with the base.
Bubba drives, and the other 3 of us take turns taking naps on the 16-hour drive home.
Yep.
It's fine. Bubba will become like the assistant to Rapier. We'll just have outstanding luck and be able to do everything.
He's exactly like Rapier, but with no luck score.
But with 0 edge. He dies immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Rapier's so gonna kill him.
Yeah.
All right. You all make it back to the base around the afternoon of the 17th. You all are relatively well-rested. I wouldn't say you're at a great moment. Some of the good old boys have gotten to nailing the armor back onto some of your mechs, but repairs are not 100% complete. Nobody here is an experienced mech mechanic, and Rapier is directing the whole thing while running the base and doing E-War.
I can help with some of that, maybe.
I mean, you're sleeping during this time, right?
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
And that's when you receive word of an incoming mech lance on your current location, and it's not Rapier's unit, who are still attempting to coax the damaged Raven back home.
We have our sensor net. Can we identify what sizes are coming in?
At the very least, you identify a familiar-looking awesome. Dark Phoenix has returned to the site of her greatest failure.
Oh, God.
And that's where we end for the night. You guys get 25 experience points.
Oh, it's armor.
Oh, that's right. I need to add the Steinway faction to the factions list as well.
It's a 25 experience.
I don't know. I felt like you guys got a lot done this episode.
Yeah, I think that was a really productive episode.
Yep. We did everything in that one town and got everything we probably...
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Now we have to deal with an awesome and those wonderful PPCs that it'll be throwing at us.
Yeah, and a bunch of other mechs. Don't worry.
So we don't have Howler's Lance.
No, you don't.
Okay.
We do have a fully functional Lance, though, so that's nice. Well, not fully functional, but we have 4 mechs. So
technically, you have 5 mechs. So here's the good news: the salvage trucks. One of them can be left at the base because it is a fusion engine and it can run the base by itself.
Ah. And
the other one can keep the food cold or carry mechs.
So, but the Cauldron Born is inoperable, right? Like,
I mean, it requires a leg repair and it's missing its most deadly weapons, but it can walk. Slowly.
Okay. So Cauldron Born stays generator for now.
Yeah.
Because I think we could use the...
We need to have it prepped and ready to salvage.
Yeah, right. We can...
So the mechs you are taking out next time are a Hunchback 4G autocannon variant, Marauder 2, Flashman 8K, and Archer 4M.
Yep.
And who is in the Hunchback?
It would probably be me. Unless Sid wants to be in the Hunchback, which I doubt it. I could use Sniper with an AC-20.
Wow.
Technically
well, your
possible.
sniper skill wouldn't do any good in the archer either.
Actually, it would.
Would it?
Yep, long range LRM bombardment.
Okay, then yeah, you take the archer out. I'll take the hunchback.
No, I'll take the hunchback.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, our sniper's good with any mech. It just makes it easier for me to hit the autocannon at longer ranges.
He'll be able to autocannon very successfully at medium range, basically.
I'll let you take out whichever one you think you can be most effective.
I'm feeling froggy. I want to be in the hunchback.
Okay, I'll take out my old archer.
Damaged, beat up Lance using older ass shit heads out into the black of daylight. That is where we'll pick up in 2 weeks with Lexi coming to kill you. X is going to give it to you.
What's going to be funny is if the Hatchet Man happens again, just takes another AC-20 test and cripples it again.
It's not like I'm going to give her a second Hatchet Man this time around.
We didn't destroy the last one. It was just extremely crippled.
Yeah, it was extremely crippled.
I think the gyro was shot out.
It was not having a good day.
It had very little center torso armor left. The internals, actually.
And just for note, the name of the man who you've now squired is Ray Brodovan.
Who is that?
The squire? The
squire, okay.
So the Brodovan family owns the Hunchback.
Not anymore. He said he gave
they
it to
still
us.
own the Hunchback.
They said they gave it to us.
They said you could use it to fight your war.
We're going to use it, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, sorry.
It might not
his
come back.
name one more time.
Ray Brodovan.
Ray Brodovan.
Okay, I am now a 2-2 pilot.
Squire.
Welcome to being really good at shooting stuff and also falling over.
Oh, good at not falling over.
I mean, the thing about falling over is when you do it in a mech, you want to be really good at falling over so that you don't damage yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That is also
If
fair.
you can't do push-ups with your mech, what can you do?
What can you do?
Let's talk about outros. Cotton, let's start with you because you seem distracted.
Hi.
That didn't work.
I wasn't actually distracted. I was just.
Yeah, I know. I can tell that.
I was trying to figure out what the extra income actually did that I have as the character trait.
Money. Lots of money.
Pocket money.
It means you get to walk down the beach and buy a fuck ton of stuff while Molly is content getting a single dress.
Yeah.
Okay, I was looking it up, sorry. Because I had wealth and extra income. So I was seeing what they did for sure.
Wealth would be like a lump sum you get at the beginning of character creation, and extra income means you'll receive more than you normally would every month as part of your pay. So basically, like, you know, your parents send you an allowance like every month in addition to your monthly salary from the unit.
You're a trust fund baby, essentially.
Yep.
Well, I already.
Yep.
That's well established. Yeah.
That was part of me describing the character.
All right, look, Cotton, I need to be real with you.
Yes.
All right?
The realist.
Some people, not me, of course, ship characters together. What is the likelihood of Bubba X Black Rabbit?
I don't know yet.
Just get it up. See, that's the thing. If you leave it like that, someone's going to draw fan art of it. Someone's going to write me a 1-paragraph description on the YouTube comments.
Fair, people, the whole Bandito 9 Lives thing is definitely not going to happen, but people
are still into that shit, man.
I mean, I am.
I'm on board.
I'm totally on board with that.
All right. We got a nebulous maybe. Man. Well, when you're not shooting down ships, what are you doing?
I doodle. I work. I've been, I made hot chocolate earlier. With the Reese's whipped cream.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Sid drinking from a mug, and I was 100% certain that it was hot chocolate. I also had hot chocolate before the show.
Hot chocolate's pretty good.
Okay. I'm going to hop over to...
Wait, I had one more question, though.
All right.
It's not an outro thing. It's just a question about something that I have. I have equipped as a character trait.
Yes, that means that you are able to get better stuff when you go shopping.
Equipped 3.
Then you are able to get pretty good stuff when you go shopping.
Okay.
You could get those experimental dresses.
Probably you would be able to... I mean, I don't know exactly what it is, but you'd probably be able to get minor military grade weaponry regularly.
My thought process here is for equipment availability, I would combine my wealth with her equipped.
Well, she's also very wealthy.
Yeah, but my wealth is higher.
Okay.
How much is your wealth?
5.
All right. Well, when you guys get done flaunting your wallet size at each other.
Well, no, it's because wealth is very specific to that scale of what equipment is available.
Yes.
And then the second category is the equipped. So with our powers combined, we can get access to even better stuff.
Your Captain Planet.
And then we can form Voltron.
You're able to get tech level E equipment, which is not street available. C grade availability and D grade legality. I think you might be able to buy drugs.
Yes.
Nice.
Just what this unit always needed.
See, that's what I was on the shopping spree for. No, I'm kidding.
You were looking for the local dealer this whole time.
I am from the Mystic Magistracy of Canopus. Everything's legal there.
That's true.
I'm kidding, though. I'm very kidding.
Are you?
Yes.
Well, I have good news for the unit. The battle map for the next fight is going to be the exact same as the last time you were here.
Oh, that's not good news.
So what you're saying is we don't put Sid on the
It's going to be a fucking mess, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't go on the cliff and we should be fine.
Probably not. That's right, you're in the same mech, too.
Or I do. And then I just lay down.
That is the sound of a man who hasn't learned his lesson. Of course, doing the push-ups while firing the chest-mounted LRMs. How did I not foresee this?
Because if you can't do push-ups in a mech, Arthur.
You know, that did come back around to get me. Okay. Pondo, why don't we talk about you? How's it going? What's up? Got that drink in your cup?
Pondo. I do things. I play video games and things, and eventually we'll get back to it. Soon, actually, maybe, probably. I have everything set up, so I can do it. In theory, I can do it. I just have to take the time to do it. I've just been busy lately, again. But you can catch my stuff at YouTube or Twitch respectively /Pondothemad. Yeah. I got nothing else.
Brad, what do you got?
I am Raddosaurus. I had a lot of fun tonight. I'm suspicious that Arthur threw us a softball after how salty we were last week.
I had the combat stats for an elemental ambush, and also for those 4 guys, if you'd mess with them, Bubba would have fucked your shit up. He's actually a really good shot.
I believe it. And we really can't afford even like somebody getting shot one time.
Yes,
really, honestly.
Exactly. Like you might have wiped those guys out, but you would have gone back in the mechs and been like, "Oh God, my arm is broken."
No, I was happy. I think our dice were the opposite of what they were last week. They were hot, and we kept rolling really well. And when it comes to gathering resources and making friends, I think that's a great time for your dice to be hot. So I think that worked out really well. Yeah, I had fun tonight. I'm bummed out that we're not going to be playing next week, so that makes me a sad panda. But I'm excited to come back and have another slugfest the week after. So yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I'm now very grateful that I took the fast learner trait of my character, because now I'm able to pump things up super fast. In 2 sessions, I've been able to bump up 3 skills, 2 of them relatively high. So Feeling good. Feeling good about my character build. Feeling good about all of our progress that we made today.
I feel good about that because at the end of the last episode, I felt like I'd killed your dog. You were so morose.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
I did kill my dog. Actually, did the episode before.
What?
You cockpitted my mech and just took it away.
That's not a dog. Don't compare a machine to a beautiful animal full of loyalty.
Was a beautiful animal.
It's a beautiful animal.
Oh my god! Don't compare a machine to a dog.
Yeah, that's it. You can find me here. You can find me on Arthur's Discord. You can find me on a couple of other Discords, but my internet footprint is relatively small these days. I've been just busy, life and stuff, so I haven't put myself out there a whole lot as far as Discords or shows or even really drawing much other than a few things. So yeah, I hope things will pick up the pace here in the next month or so, but it looks like I probably won't. I don't think I'll be super active online until summertime, like June, July. Probably.
You're gonna be in on the secret D&D game though, right?
I am, and I'm super looking forward to that. I can't wait to actually go directly to that channel after this and start typing about things.
That's good, because I was like, where the fuck is everybody? No one's saying anything, and now I'm getting weirded out.
Sorry.
So
I thought I sent something, but I didn't.
And JS isn't in the channel yet either.
His 15 different character ideas that you'll decide.
Yeah.
They're all gonna be barbarians.
Look,
no, they're usually
barbarians are a lot of fun.
I know. I was considering playing one.
The class I've played the most of in D&D has been the Paladin. It's probably still one of my favorite classes.
Yeah, but that's cheater sauce.
I've played like 4 or 5 different Paladins, and I've loved every single one.
Paladins are just like clerics that are better at everything.
No, dude, come on.
I think clerics are better.
Paladins are like fighters that are better at everything. Clerics, like, probably one of the top 3, if not top 2 best classes in the game, I think.
I mean, the best class in the game is wizard, but
except imagine a wizard that didn't need a spell book and had access to all of their spells every single day.
There are plenty of wizards that can do that. Imagine a wizard that could turn into a dragon and drag you up into the upper atmosphere and let you go.
Lots of classes get that. It's not just a wizard thing.
I don't know that very many classes get that.
Polymorph.
I think that's true. Polymorph.
It's pretty much exclusively a wizard thing. Not many other classes get that high of a spell.
Have you watched any of the YouTube videos on Crap Guide to D&D?
No.
Watch it. After this, get on and watch Crap Guide to D&D.
Yeah.
And watch the cleric one, and then you'll agree with me.
Did you ever play a dragon-blooded sorcerer?
Yes.
I liked those a lot.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning sorcerer. I've never played a sorcerer, so I really would like to play around with metamagic.
All right, so this is what a sorcerer is like. Imagine a wizard that was sexy, and also you only get like 4 spells, but they're all fireball, and you use them 15 times a day. And the wizard's in the corner just like, all right, I've laid down a grease trap. Web and alarm is active. Let's get in our Leomin's magic hut so that we can spend the night. And could you stop fireballing everything? You're making me look bad, dumbass. I mean, how does magic even work? Why haven't you spent years studying your fucking books?
I don't know if you're trying to talk me out of it, but you're definitely just talking me into it.
I know I am.
That's one of the things I don't like about wizards is there's so much bookkeeping. Like,
exactly.
I only want to know.
Sorcerers have a very and the thing about sorcerers is that's their drawback, because they only get a very limited number of spells that they know. They have to basically all be combat spells.
They're better specialists, but worse versatility.
Yep.
I was talking about a Pathfinder dragon-blooded sorcerer.
Yeah, no, I've done that.
Yeah,
especially dual-blooded.
Claws and wings eventually.
Yes, yeah,
that's fun.
And all that.
Yeah, you can, like, fly above and shoot spells. That's a fun class.
Faux show.
You got to get that half-blood where you're dragon-blooded and also orc-blooded, so you get that bonus damage to all of your spells. Sid knows what I'm talking about. You know, breaking the game. Playing Azamar Mystic Thurge, where you're like a 2nd level wizard, 1st level cleric, and you end up with 3rd level spell access by like 7th level for both classes. Look, when we aren't breaking a Pathfinder game, what are we doing, Pondo? I feel like Did we get interrupted in the middle of your outro?
No, I had my outro like a long time ago. I don't know
It wasn't that long ago.
That was the end of my outro as well.
Okay, my bad. Well, how am I supposed to know where we got left off at? I'm just the host. I'm a little tired.
With a straight face.
I'm a little tired. Well, Pondo, you're supposed to be the host.
I'm the host whenever there's a guest around.
I know. With Lexi being here in 2 weeks, you know I'm just going to be playing Fate Grand Order the whole time. It's going to be the last day of the Valentine's event, too.
I'm going to be such a poor sport and just not help her at all and let her make all the mistakes.
Oh, my God. Don't do that. Speaking of people who are poor sports, let's talk to SidAlpha.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, I know. You could see I was losing enthusiasm for it during that.
If I had a heart, it would be breaking. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. I am here at Pontos and Cottons.
Live on location.
Live on location. In a very cold place.
How cold?
It's actually brutally cold outside.
The wind chill was negative 24 degrees
what
today.
The fuck?
Yeah,
that's Fahrenheit for you
cold.
Europeans.
Cold outside.
Why do humans live there? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Good stuff happens during the summer.
Wind chill, though. It was only like 0 and 1.
Yeah, you know, the wind chill. That's what it's what the feels like. It's completely subjective.
If you step outside and your body actively begins to die, then it's not a place that people should go.
It was negative 2 degrees when I was on my lunch break.
Oh, good God.
The wind chill was a lot lower.
They got to like -8 feel.
Get out of here. Later. Move away. Evacuate immediately.
No, it's great though. I'm having fun so far. And yeah, so I had a lot of fun tonight. I actually enjoyed not being a murder hobo and actually being able to, have dialogue and work with the team to push forward goals that aren't horribly murdering people. And
I'm just glad you guys succeeded at rolls tonight. I mean, it took a bunch of edge
as opposed to building enemies.
Really? Yeah, that is new for you. What does that feel like?
It felt pretty good, actually.
Bandito didn't even fuck anything up for you.
Well, hey, Arthur, can we pick up collectively another point of edge to...
No. You haven't accomplished any...
Times?
No.
Okay.
You accomplished a lot. What are you talking about?
You haven't accomplished any major tasks.
I definitely didn't rob any of those people, though. I mean, it's pretty...
I mean, I feel like we accomplished a lot of small tasks that ends up being one major task.
Nope.
I upgraded Ronan's style.
It's true. Got a sick new dress with pockets.
So Ronan gets +1 to charisma.
It's a all-black sundress. Is that what we're saying?
I'm gonna let Cotton send me a picture of what it looks like so I can draw some fan art.
It probably was a dark color.
Actually, I'll just let Cotton draw it. She's much better.
You know what?
Anyway.
I literally am now believing that Molly is like an older Taylor Swift. She seems really nice, but actually she's kind of shitty to the people around her. Super competent. I'm sold.
Going to be interesting getting murdered by Lexi in 2 weeks. Should have fun. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to be kicking around here for the next few days. And then when I get back, it's going to be a lot more work on the YouTube channel and videos and getting back to a normal routine now that project season at my day job is over and the majority of my large projects are all gone. So yeah, good times. I look forward to it. So thank you all for coming and watching and hanging out. I do appreciate it.
For my outro, I want to list some of the things that Cotton can do now. Most of the cast might be able to purchase a shotgun at a local store. Cotton's access lets her pick up things like needler pistols or shredder rifles, which are literally things that fire small slivers of plastic in your body at high speed and rip your internal organs apart. No big deal.
I'm going to want one of those.
She hasn't quite earned her way to be able to buy Gauss rifles, but she can buy the next best thing, which are gyrojets. They are rifles that fire rockets at people that self-stabilize and correct in flight.
I want one of those paintball guns. You can shoot the paintballs at people, but they have like poison in them.
She can buy those. She can also buy grenades, but those are almost street legal in the inner sphere, which kind of confuses me. She can also buy SRM launchers.
Because I was looking at it, it's like there's not a lot of good like non-lethal weapons, I don't think.
Yeah, she can buy mech grade SRM launchers.
Nice.
No big deal. And mortars and explosives, easily. Congratulations. I don't know why you have so much military access, but you do.
Because everything's legal in the Majesty of Canopus.
You just flash your credentials, and all of a sudden you have access to deadly military gear.
Technically, I have 100 XP now since I didn't spend any of it yet, so I could upgrade to 4.
Sure, why not? You'd be able to buy Gauss rifle weapons. Be able to buy man-portable Gauss rifles.
Is that actually
that would be great
currently?
I don't even know if they're available yet.
Let's say it's.
But if they are, you'd be able to use them.
That sounds terrifying because if that.
I mean, that's the kind of thing you bring to fight an elemental.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying that would be great.
Unfortunately, experimental military weapons are not available on a planet currently under attack.
Well, they are. You just have to take them out of the cold, dead hands of the clan member that you kill them.
I'm Arthur Perkins. This has been AP Gaming Real. I have a bunch of new shows out. Well, I guess New Game Plus isn't that new, but On the Tabletop is new. And it's like a D&D game where I don't care about the rules that much and let people draw from the deck of many things, and then their soul gets trapped in a staff and everyone gets knocked out, and that show goes off the rails so much. Fucking wild. Artists draw art live while we're doing it. That's what you see. You don't see us moving around the battle map. We tell you what you see, and then someone draws it. It's dope as shit.
It's pretty cool.
We got an upcoming one-shot with Cotton at some point. We'll lock in a date later, but we'll be playing something where I'm going to probably be a cat person. It'll be dope as fuck. And then I got a thing with Brad soon as well, where he's going to play a rabbit person. Man.
Yeah, I need to actually decide on a system for that entertain me thing.
Yeah, Pondo, don't worry about it. And Sid, no rush.
I like how I was the only person here that Arthur didn't ask to DM for.
Did you want to, Rad? I can add you to the secret channel if you want to run something for me at some point.
I would, but I don't know what my timeline for that's going to be.
That's fine. Most people between now and something. Don't worry, you're just like everybody else in the channel. The only person who's run anything for me is Kelsa. Speaking of, you can go watch that episode on YouTube now. Kelsa ran Blades in the Dark for me, and I played an obnoxious dude who switched his accent constantly.
Baron?
Yeah, it was like Baron, but his name was Lysanderoth.
Obviously, I would run Star Wars for you, and you would have to play a Padawan child in the Jedi Temple trying to escape Anakin Skywalker.
Is it bad that I actually want to play that?
So it'll be horror genre then.
Yeah, we're gonna play it like a total Stephen King.
The shadow moves past you. You hear the snap hiss of a lightsaber.
It's like The Shining. He's putting all these images in your head to just terrify the shit out of you while he hunts you down.
You hear super Sithy like he's like, the Force is a pathway to abilities many would consider natural. Like, I'm 5 years old. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
That's it for us. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Have a good night.